Good afternoon, keluarga Malaysia. Welcome to Updates at Noon with me, Azlani. Making our headlines for today, Malaysia's vaccination and test certificates get EU approval. And Russia to present documents on true nature of mass killings in Bucha. The COVID-19 vaccination and test certificates issued by the Malaysian government is now recognised by the European Union (EU) in facilitating the right of free movement of Malaysian travellers within EU. The decision of the European Commission on the recognition comes into force effective yesterday, 4th April, the day of the publication of the official journal of EU. In a statement made available on the EU's website, President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, had noted that in order for the recognition to be operational, Malaysia shall be connected to the EU Digital COVID Certificate Trust Framework established by Regulation EU 2021/953. Malaysia had on 18th November 2021 provided the Commission with detailed information on the issuance of the interoperable COVID-19 vaccination and test certificates under the vaccine management system. On 10th March this year, following a request by Malaysia, the Commission had carried out technical tests that demonstrated that the COVID-19 vaccination and test certificates issued by Malaysia are in accordance with the vaccine management system. It is interoperable with the trust framework and allows for the verification of the authenticity, validity and integrity of the certificates. A total of 22,476 children aged between 5 and 11 years in Malaysia have completed the 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine under the National COVID-19 Immunisation Program for Children (PICKIDS) as of yesterday. Based on the COVID Now website, a total of 1,351,441 children in the same group, or 38% of the population, have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. As for the adult population, a total of 15,862,983 individuals, or 67.4% of the population, have received the booster dose, while 22,955,496 or 97.6% have completed both doses of the vaccination, and 23,231,190 or 98.8% have received 1 dose. A total of 22,081 doses of the vaccine were dispensed yesterday, with 2,630 given as first dose, 8,155 as second dose, and 11,296 as booster dose, bringing the cumulative number of doses administered under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program to 69,016,063. Meanwhile, according to the Health Ministry's GitHub portal, a total of 28 deaths due to COVID-19 were reported in the country yesterday, with Perak and Selangor recording the highest number at 6 deaths each. 4 technicians were killed when the van they were in collided head-on with an express bus at Kampung Sungai Ikan in Kuala Nerus, Terengganu yesterday evening. The collision occurred at 6:22 p.m. when the van, which was on its way from Setia to Kuala Terengganu, failed to overtake a Proton Wira and hit the oncoming express bus in the opposite lane. According to Kuala Nerus Fire and Rescue Station Chief Azmi Omar, the incident also caused the Proton Wira to crash into a Proton persona travelling in the same direction. The victims identified so far are Syed Muhammad Shukri, Tuan Yahya, 36, Muhammad Saufi Jusoh, 34, Muhammad Shahlan, 37, while the van driver has yet to be identified. When the rescue team arrived at the scene of the incident, they found that bystanders had removed one of the van's occupants, while 3 others who were killed killed were still in the van. The driver of the Proton Wira and passenger of the Proton Persona were injured, while the 13 passengers and driver of the express bus, which was headed to Jerteh from Temerloh, Pahang, escaped unscathed. Rasmi said 18 personnel from the Kuala Nerus and Kuala Terengganu fire and rescue stations, along with 3 fire engines, were involved in removing the victims. The remains of the victims were sent to the forensics department of Sultanah Nur Zahirah Hospital in Kuala Terengganu for further action. A total of 2,060,997 secondary school students nationwide began face-to-face lessons yesterday after undergoing home-based teaching and learning PDPR for 2 weeks from 21st March. Senior Education Minister Dr. Razzie Jidin said this was after 2,674,104 primary school pupils started attending physical classes also on 21st March. According to Dr. Razzie, this brought the total number of secondary and primary school students undergoing face-to-face lessons to 4,735,101. He added that at the same time, some 273,025 year 3, 4 and 5 primary pupils with an enrollment of more than 600 are still attending school on a rotation basis. In his Facebook post yesterday, the Education Ministry is looking into the situation to enable this group of students to attend school without the need for rotation. He also thanked all students, teachers and parents for placing safety as a priority, which enabled the school's face-to-face operations to run smoothly and safely. Government pensioners are urged to make full use of the benefits of the My Pesara application for a smoother and easier management of their pension scheme. Developed by the Retirement Fund Inc. KWAP with the cooperation of the Public Service Department, the application contains important information including the date for pension payments and pension statement. According to KWAP CEO Nik Amlizan Muhammad, the app was successful in reducing the number of physical presence at KWAP counters, especially during the pandemic.
Soalan itu sebenarnya boleh dijawab secara mudah melalui aplikasi My Pesara itu. Beberapa klik butang saja mereka dah dapat jawapan tanpa perlu susahkan dirilah ya untuk membuat panggilan atau untuk pergi ke kaunter khidmat pelanggan ini sendiri. Yeah. Dan untuk makluman semua ya Puan Heza, dalam aplikasi tersebut terdapat kalender untuk tarikh pembayaran pencen. Jadi semua pesara tidak perlu berfikirlah untuk menunggu tarikh itu, sedangkan tarikh itu sudah tersedia ada.
Since it was first introduced in 2017, the My Pesara app had recorded more than 170,000 downloads from users. Three suspects, including an 18-year-old girl, which were previously remanded following the discovery of a woman's body in a ravine at kilometre 14, Jalan Lama Bukit Putus, Seremban, were re-arrested yesterday under Section 325 of the Penal Code. Seremban District Police Chief ACP Nanda Ma'ruf said the three suspects were previously detained under Section 302 of the Penal Code, but were released on police bail after the remand order expired. The suspects were rearrested to facilitate further investigations of the same case on the charge of deliberately causing grievous hurt. According to ACP Nanda, one of the suspects had a previous criminal record in 2011 and was sentenced under Section 201 of the Penal Code for disposing of a body. The media previously reported that a woman's body was found face down in Jalan Lama Bukit Putus at about 10:50 a.m. on 20th March, following which three individuals believed to be victims' relatives were detained. Johor Police have busted a syndicate providing ATM cards to scammers with the arrest of 8 men and a woman. The arrests of the suspects, aged between 32 to 40, were made at several locations in Kampung Melayu Majidi, Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru Selatan Police Chief ACP Raup Selamat said police also seized 19 pieces of ATM cards and 6 mobile phones. According to ACP Raup, the suspects had acted as agents and paid around 600 ringgit for every card sold. The cards would then be resold to an online investment syndicate at a price of 900 ringgit. 7 of the suspects had prior criminal records, including drug offences. Here's some good news for local football fans. The Super League race will resume today after almost a month of rest to give way for international fixtures. As Malaysia entered the transition to endemic phase, there will be no limit for spectators in the stadium and they are allowed to eat and drink in the venue. However, spectators are still required to comply to physical distancing and wearing face masks SOP. For children under the age of 12, they will be allowed to enter the stadium. However, they must be accompanied by parents or guardians who have been fully vaccinated. 3 Super League matches will take place with last season's Premier League champions who will be up against Selangor at Stadium Tunku Abdul Rahman in Negeri Sembilan. 2 more matches will see Malacca United, who will be hosting Sabah at Stadium Hang Jebat, while Sarawak United will face off against Penang FC at their home ground.
Why do we tell you stories?
Relevant,
New,
efficient,
accurate.
reliable. We bring you extraordinary stories from around the world, from politicians, bankers, and even your favorite celebrities. This and many more on RTM's English News.
And with that, we reached the end of today's updates at noon. Our headlines for today: Malaysia's COVID-19 vaccination and test certificates get approval from European Union. Don't forget to catch us tonight on News at 10 on saluran Berita RTM, also available on RTM Click's website and mobile app. Before we go, we will leave you with a breathtaking scenery of spring season in China. Till then, I'm Azlani Adani. Have a good day ahead.